As we move ahead, we are gratified with the presence of dignitaries. I would welcome Shri Rahul Gupta, IPS, SP, Crime and Traffic, Srimati Sucheta Desai, Goa Public Service, Training Cell, Goa Police, and all the 15 DSPs and SPs. We welcome you all to this event. Let me take a moment to welcome Dr. Naveen Kumar Chaudhary, Campus Director, NFSU Goa Campus, Dr. Lokesh Chauhan, Dean Academics, NFSU Goa Campus, Shri Raman Kumar, Deputy Registrar, NFSU Goa Campus. हम स्वागत करते हैं आप सभी का. Before we move on, I would like to introduce you to the significance of this 3-day workshop. This workshop is specially tailored for the Goa Police. It focuses on enhancing our understanding and management of crime scene in views of new criminal laws, the Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita Bill, the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Samhita Bill, and the Bharatiya Sakshya Bill 2023. Recent data indicates that advancement in criminal laws are crucial for effectively tackling the modern day crimes. With the ever-evolving nature of crime, it is essential to continuously update our laws and practices. According to National Crime Records Bureau, India is 80th most targeted worldwide in cybercrime, and nearly 34% of users in India were targeted by local threats in the year 2023. Therefore, this makes it necessary to shift our approach in law enforcement and forensic investigation. The goal of this workshop is to equip our dedicated law enforcement officers with the latest advancements in the new criminal laws, knowledge and skills in forensic science, ensuring justice and public safety. In the words of our father of nation Mahatma Gandhi, the first condition of non-violence is justice all round, in every department of life. अहिंसा की पहली शर्त है जीवन के हर विभाग में सर्वांगीण न्याय. With this positive enthusiasm, let us start the event. And let me take a moment to invite the dignitaries on the dais, please. Let me take a moment to invite Shri Rahul Gupta, IPS, SP, Crime and Traffic. So please, you are invited to the dais, please. Srimati Sucheta Desai, Dr. Naveen Kumar Chaudhary, Campus Director, NFSU Goa Campus. A huge round of applause for them, please. Thank you, sir and ma'am. Now, I would request to give this moment to express our happiness and welcome the distinguished guests and dignitaries with floral bouquet and mementos to all on the dais. I would request Dr. Naveen Kumar Chaudhary to extend floral welcome to Shri Rahul Gupta sir, SP, Crime and Traffic. You're welcome, sir. I would like to request Dr. Lokesh Chauhan, Dean Academics, NFSU Goa, to extend floral welcome to Ms. Sucheta Desai. A very warm welcome, ma'am. I will now request our Deputy Registrar, Shri Raman Kumar, NFSU Goa, to extend a floral welcome to our Campus Director, Dr. Naveen Kumar Chaudhary, NFSU Goa. Thank you so much, sir. I would also request dignitaries to kindly light the lamp and mark the beginning of this auspicious workshop. I would also like Srimati Sunita ma'am to please do their honors. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to the next. Professor Dr. Naveen Kumar Chaudhary, a distinguished scholar, a leader in the field of cyber security, serves as the esteemed campus director of NFSUG Goa since May 2022. He is also Courtesy Research Professor at the Knight Foundation School of Computing and Information Science, Florida International University, Miami, USA. He holds a Bachelor's of Technology degree in Telecommunication, Engineering and Information Technology, Master's of Engineering degree in Digital Communication and Master's in Business Administration. He earned his PhD in Engineering and Advanced Certifications in Cyber and Network Security. He has extensive experience spanning more than 26 years in engineering education, research and government. Sir has authored many books, published more than 50 research papers and book chapters. Sir has extensively worked on the formulation and implementation of policies and techno-legal framework in the domain of cyber security, e-governance and forensic science. He has been actively involved in promoting startup ecosystem for developing low-cost indigenous cyber forensic solutions. He is an editor-in-chief of the NFSUG Journal of Cyber Security and Digital Forensic, IEEE Senior Member, Honorary Life Member of the Soft Computing Research Society, and Life Member of the Institution of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineers Society. He is the recipient of several letters of appreciation, among which the first is Brent St. Denis, MP, Algoma, Canada, in 1994, the Dubai Seva Award for his contribution to cyber security education in 2022, and Surya Datta Cyber Tech Award in 2024. Many of us don't know, but Sir has been instrumental in giving inputs to the Parliamentary Committee in the formulation of new criminal laws 2023. So I would request Sir for a welcome address. Sir.
Respected senior officers, especially Mr. Rahul Gupta, SP Cyber and Traffic, Suchita Desai Madam, SP Training, Goa, Professor Anirban, and the faculty from other institutions are also here. I can see them. The officers and especially the field officers who work on ground, on field, and they are the backbone of this criminal justice system. Faculty members of National Forensic Sciences University, Goa, Dr. Lokesh Chauhan, Dean Academics, Mr. Raman Kumar, Deputy Registrar at NFSUG Goa, and the scientific staff who is present here, and the support team of NFSUG Goa campus. So, why it was important to implement these three criminal laws? You know, if you would have seen so many inputs or so many reports are available in media, and why we are calling it a new criminal law. Some people say it is repackaging, some people say it is a new criminal law, and if it has been notified, what is the significance of these three new criminal law to us, especially the people who are in the law enforcement agency or the people who are the pillar of the criminal justice delivery system. So if you look at it closely, people say that the old laws were heavily drawn from the colonial era. Okay, and there were so many references which were there of the British Parliament, then London Municipal Corporation. There were many clauses were picked up from there, and then it was more suiting or akin to the need of the crown power that time. And when it was adopted, it did not take care of the heart, soul and mind of the Indian population. Okay. So when we say what the soul of the Indian population, what they expect. So I'll just, if you look at the names of the earlier documents or which is still existent, Indian Penal Code. Okay. And no nation would like to have a document which says Indian Penal Code. They want justice to be given, justice to be delivered. But then the ultimate aim is based on the truth. Okay, and if the documents itself, the name reads out Indian Penal Code. Okay, we are not here to punish. And the essence of the document comes out from its name. Okay, we are here to bring the truth, and based on the truth, the justice should be delivered. Similarly, Criminal Procedure Code, CRPC. Now again, he is a criminal or not? That is a part of investigation, trial, and judiciary process. So why not a better name which installs a confidence of common people in the entire criminal justice delivery system right from the investigation till the courtroom. So why not call it Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita? Why not install that confidence in him? And why not document should read out, and then only the essence of the document and the mindset with which this document has been compiled, that will convey a big and a very important, significant lesson for the citizen of the country, that these all legal framework is for your protection. This all legal framework is to make our society a safer place to live. So this entire lesson, a good lesson, an important lesson, need to be delivered, and that's why there was a requirement to make these documents not governance centric but a citizen centric. And that's why this entire homework was done, and new criminal bills were produced in the parliament in the winter session, and finally the Honorable President on 25th December 2023 gave the assent to this new bill, and then it was notified. And if you know, 25th December is also a good governance day. Okay. Now, having said this, one important thing which we have to look into it, that fine, we want to have a document which looks into the heart and soul what the Indian citizen expects from the criminal justice delivery system. But how it can be achieved without transparency, without accountability? Is it possible? No, it is not possible to deliver the justice without ensuring transparency and without ensuring the accountability. Okay. So that's why the many things which were little open, even in investigations or even during the trials or on the prosecution part, you will find many timelines have been set. Okay, and considering the timeline of the workshop, I will just highlight, because I was also involved in giving some inputs, and later on I also gave my expert opinion before the standing committee in the parliament on these three criminal laws. So I'll just give you the essence, how I'll just touch upon the technology part, how the technology is bringing accountability and transparency. Okay, so where is the point to start? So this is what credible, accountable, transparent, swift and justice driven. Then only these three criminal laws will cover the heart and soul of the Indian citizen. Okay, and you see, as I said, the entire name has been changed. Indian Penal Code, now your Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita. Okay, similarly your CRPC now has become Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita, and then your Indian Penal Code has become Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. That you have to see, and then your Indian Evidence Act has become your Bharatiya Sakshi Adhiniyam. Okay, next one. So, what is new in this criminal, laws? First of all, new definitions. And now, in the new definition, the definition of communication technology has been incorporated. Use of technology or the communication technology for investigation, trial and court proceedings. So entire gambit or the entire spectrum of the justice delivery system has been covered. Then new definitions have been incorporated. Now earlier it used to say document. Now it says the document includes electronic and digital records. Okay. So now any electronic record or digital record, you have to treat it as a document, and then whatever significance that document carries legally, the electronic record will also carry the same significance for you as an IO or you as an investigator. Then evidence, information given electronically, any information which is given electronically, it will be deemed or it will be considered as a evidence, as you are giving the same kind of importance to any other evidence. Okay. Then earlier there was a lot of confusion for the secondary evidence, especially that when you talk about in earlier or now still existing Indian Evidence Act. So this Indian Evidence Act has two things. One thing was it talks about admissibility of electronic evidence. One thing was primary source, and another thing was secondary source. So admissibility of primary source there was a different procedure for that, and for the admissibility of secondary source or the secondary evidence, especially the electronic record or electronic evidence, there was a different procedure. So now changes have been made because there were many heinous crimes, and those in which even the higher court, there are some cases in which just because of the want of one particular certificate that is required for the admissibility of a secondary evidence in court of law, there were some gaps, there were some shortcomings in that certificate, and because of that the accused got away, and the lower court has given him death sentence, and just because of one shortcoming in one of the certificates, he got the advantage of doubt, and because of that procedural lapse, he was acquitted by the High Court. So that is also looked into, that and then earlier there was a practice that people were not clear what this 5B is, that certificate is, which was an important requirement for admissibility of electronic evidence when you are making it admissible in court of law, especially the electronic evidence. People were not aware, so what they were doing, it has become a business. People were paying money to the legal companies, to the advocates, to the lawyers, and then they were preparing some certificate, and that was produced before the court. It was so complex. It was so complex, and in some cases it was not attached because people did not know how to fill, how to abide by that. So that how to reduce that complexity, and that's why there were some practices in which money was charged to prepare that certificate under 65B. So simplify the process, and then 65B was also drawn from the British Civil Act, which was formulated way back in 1965, and then it was repealed in 1983 or 84. In 80s it was repealed because they found that there are some shortcomings in this, and it was heavily drawn from there, and we accepted in 1990 when the IT Act was promulgated, when the Britishers had removed it because of the recommendation of some of the committees and some issues. So that also required that we have to look into the those certificates, and we have to reduce the complexity. So if you look at it, I'm just highlighting some major changes. So Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita, if you look at it, harness power of technology in the realm of crime, and how section 2.8, now the document includes the definition of electronic and digital record. So that change has been made. So now one should not have any doubt what is electronic record and will it be treated as a document the same way you treat a document or not. Section 152. And now, endangering sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. Earlier there was no mention of electronic communication. Now electronic communication has been included because now we are living in this information age and most of the hate messages, security violations, all these things happens on a social media and it triggers sometimes a right also. What happened in January 2020? A Facebook post triggered a riot in Delhi. Now, section 206, absconding to avoid service of summons or other proceedings. Earlier, people used to avoid acceptance of summons. Okay, and then if you look at the procedure of delivery of summons, there was a procedure, whom to be given, and if it is not available, then male adult member, all those procedures were there. Now it's an electronic age, it's an information age. Why not to deliver this summon electronically? Even if he is trying to avoid, there are ways and means to deliver the summon electronically. So that has been included now. So if somebody is avoiding or he is avoiding the acceptance of summon, that will not be an excuse anymore because electronic record has been included and summon will be delivered through an electronic record. Section 299, act intended to outrage religious feelings by insulting religion or belief. Now anything you text a message or do on a social media, you come under the scanner of that because earlier electronic means was not included. So that was a safe haven for some of the people who were usually a defaulters or the criminals. Section 308, extortion. Even any message of extortion through your SMS or messaging app, that's why electronic device or electronic message. Okay, so extortion is not simply by the other means, even the electronic message and through electronic device, that will also be called as an extortion and that person will be booked under this section. Forgery. Now we are living in the age now in the next 10 to 20 years, I believe, the way digitization is happening. Earlier people used to say कि market जा रहा हूँ and now it's an e-marketplace. थोड़ा वो बही खाता, let me put all the records and update my records in बही खाता. But nobody now talks of those manual ledger. They only talk of digital ledgers. Entire banking on digital ledger. Okay. And so, forgery means electronic record forged. So even if you have forged any electronic record, that also falls into the category of a forgery. Then section 337, forgery of record of court or public register. Electronic record has been also brought under the ambit of this category. Then section 353, statement conducting to public mischief. Earlier electronic means was not included, it has been now included in this. Now looking at, these are some of the things I want to highlight because it is just a workshop, just to sensitize the people what is happening, how it is going to affect you. Because when the investigating officer is now taking a case related to a forgery, he should know that it's not only a simple forgery means document, it's also a digital document that will be on a digital platform that also comes under ambit of this particular section. Now let's talk about the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Samhita. So it's also endeavors to integrate the technology across the legal spectrum. Okay, so section 2.1, first and foremost thing, audio, video, electronic mean has been included for recording of process, identification, search and seizure or evidence. Okay, so now if you look at it for especially the law enforcement agency, now what you were doing earlier, now the electronics has been brought in a big way, especially how to use this as an aid during your investigation process. So that's why now audio, video, electronic means have been included, means whatever activity you do during identification, search and seizure, even collection of evidence, that need to be recorded through audio, video means. And electronic communication means what? Communication by any written, verbal, pictorial info or video content. That is also included in section 2, subclause 1, to make it clear that whatever you are doing, that will be now possible to cover under the ambit of electronic or digital record. Then if you look at the section 63, 64, 70, 71, 94, it deals with summon, delivery of summon, refusing to take summon, or even you can summon now any electronic device. I believe section 94, if I remember correctly. So you can even summon electronic devices. So now everything, electronic communication is included into it. Okay, so you can now send the summon through electronic communication. You can ask for the electronic devices. You can summon for the electronic devices. Okay, you can serve the summon and then try to understand a positive spin-off of that. I see that how difficult it is for the lot of effort of the Thana is involved in especially in the last mile process of that delivery of summon. A beat constable or sometimes investigating officers, he is not available, someone has to go, then he is not available. A lot of endeavor, effort is involved. And if it is done electronically, it is going to reduce that fatigue. Now, then section 105 is very important, that's why I have highlighted. And this is the core of that Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita. And it talks of recording of search and seizure through audio video means. Okay, so recording of search and seizure through audio video means that now entire process of search and seizure which you are doing earlier, that has to be mandatorily done through a videography. And then it's not only that, you have to also, for example, you have gone for search and seizure and you have seized something. The list of the seized item need to be maintained, signed, and that also need to be recorded. So there should be no anomaly later on. And one important section has been included, that 176, procedure for investigation. It means procedure for investigation through audio video means. And then in that there is a subclause 1 that calls forensic expert visit to crime scene, collect evidence and videography. Now here everything starts from crime scene. And if you look at the entire justice delivery system, so what earlier the powerful military used to say, censor to shooter concept. Similarly, in legal fraternity, people are now talking of crime scene to courtroom. Okay, and most of the gaps exist at the crime scene only. Okay, and if the crime scene is tackled well, then the entire process, right from investigation, right from trial to the right from investigation, trial and judicial proceeding will be a smooth process. And that's why, and even when I say, people say when you call a forensic expert to visit the crime scene, it will increase the conviction rate. I say it will bring the truth. Because many cases, it falls flat before the judiciary because evidences are not handled well, crime scene is not managed well, and by the time it is produced before the judiciary, then those samples, those evidences, admissibility becomes a challenge, and then ensuring the integrity of those evidences become a challenge. There are many cases in which people fail to identify the right evidences at the crime scene. If you fail to identify the right evidence at the crime scene, how you can use it as a scientific tool to and produce it before the judiciary. So this is a very important thing, and one more thing I want to add that government has given 5 years time. That even if you don't have, but then there is a one clause in it that even if you don't have a forensic expert within a 5 year, but it should not means you should take 5 years. You should take the help of other entities. They have those resources and ensure that any crime in which there is a provision of sentence of more than 7 years, you should cause the forensic expert visit to the crime scene. Okay. So what it means time has been given 5 years, but then with a rider that you have to now get prepared. If you don't have a resources, take the resources from the other entities and then ensure that the forensic expert visit is very much there at the crime scene. Because crime scene has to be managed well, evidences has to be acquired scientifically and then packed and then delivered and investigated properly. Now section 183, recording of confession and statements recorded through audiovisual means now no more that recording. You have to record the confession statement also. Okay, and then it has to be through the audio video means. Then section 185, search by police officers. Any search conducted by police officer has to be recorded through the audio video means. Section 187, investigation not completed in 24 hours. So earlier this was a challenge, one good thing. Now you have to take, you don't have to, I can understand, producing that, accused before the magistrate. And a lot of effort goes into it. So now magistrate may extend through a video conference. And that video conferencing can be done through a thana or through a prison itself. No need to take him to the court. Okay. So that provision has been brought into it. Now section 193, report of police officer on completion of investigation. Now you can submit it electronically also. You can submit it electronically also. Earlier there was some like you used to submit those bulky documents, all the case diaries and charge sheet, everything. Now you can submit it through electronic means. Now section 193, report of police officer on completion and that. And one more thing I want to highlight, the subsection H, subclause Roman 1. Sequence of custody in case of electronic evidence, especially in cases of sexual offense. Okay, so you see that earlier what used to be there, all medical documents, all those used to be enclosed. But now one more thing has been added, that sequence of custody in case of electronic evidence. This section deals with sexual offenses. So people were aware that Dr. Saab ka report lagana jaruri hai and all those documents. These 4 documents has to be put, but now you have to also ensure that sequence of custody in case of electronic evidence, otherwise that case will fall flat. It will not be admissible. Okay, so that is important document, okay, for admissibility. Now info H and subsection 2, information through electronic means, progress of investigation to victim. What does it mean? That within 90 days you have to inform the victim also कि आपने क्या किया as investigating also. Now here the accountability is there. All the investigating officers now by this section they are bound to apprise the victim that what is the progress has been made, and thereafter every 15 days. Okay, now next is that section 336, earlier, some police officers in their, they are posted somewhere, they investigated sometimes. Senior officers also get transferred and all those things. Some public servants, they are involved as, as a witness, they also get transferred. So, this section is going to help in a big way. That section 336, evidence of public servant, experts, police officers through audio video. They don't need to go to the court and appear before the magistrate physically. They can do it through audio video means. Section 497, order of custody and disposal of property pending trial. This was again a big exercise was involved in it. That can also be done through a audio video. Then section 530, trial and proceedings to be held in electronic mode. Summon, recording of evidence, appellate proceeding, all these things you can do through a audio video means. Now, if you look at, if we are living in the information age and Professor Shwetanidhi brought out that this is the information age, unconventional crimes. Look what is happening. Current generation smartphone as good as high-end computers. Today, any crime happens, सबसे पहले जो investigating officer है, he looks for a mobile phone. CDR लाओ, ठीक है, IPDR लाओ, immediate लाओ, ठीक है, ऐसा tool लगाओ जो दिखाए सारे connection and it creates entire graph. He spoke to whom, what time, when, and entire chronology. Okay, the tools are so powerful. Then you talk of electronic evidence. Electronic evidence would be in forms of log. It will be stored in device. आज की डेट में तो ऐसा हो गया है. All these fans, these air conditioner, these are also smart devices. They also have some persistence and non-persistent memory. So this is a different age. Then emerging platforms. Sometimes you will find the data. Nowadays mobile which are coming, there are, I will not name the country. There are mobile phones in which majority of the data is not on mobile, not on device. And it is on the cloud of particular country. And you can understand, as an investigator, you want that data. Okay, and if it is in a hostile country. And then what should be the procedure? Because these days, hardly any data is on mobile because it has become a very, very big business. If you take a mobile phone, they will give you a limited storage, onboard storage, and they will ask you to subscribe their cloud service. And the entire data is there somewhere in some country. You are paying also, and if you want that data for criminal investigation, procedure is very, very tedious. Okay, letter of retrogatory, even sometimes they don't cooperate based on that also. Okay, and so all those issues, jurisdiction, international issues, LOR, it doesn't work. So how under these challenging times, what to be done, and is our current legal framework is taking care of this cloud, data center, hosting platform, such terabytes, petabytes of data. Is it taking care of that or not? Then intermediaries. Now somebody has sent some something and that was a right. I already mentioned in Delhi in 2020 what happened in January. One message on one social media triggered a rights in Delhi. Now where is that message? That message is on the social media. That message is with the intermediary. And that intermediary may be operating across the Atlantic Ocean. His data center and that message is across the Atlantic Ocean. There on that data center that message is there. Now you are looking for that as an evidence. You have to. Then these intermediaries are playing important role these days. Okay. So call records, chat record, messages, logs. Gone are the days of the Department of Telecommunication when